Hello everyone, my name is PauLInstaMyooin and we're back. Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting episode 244, Lapras. If you didn't watch the last episode, why didn't you? And this episode's topic is by me. It is about the game Ark Survival Evolved, so if you don't really care to listen, then I'll give you a chance to mute now. Alright, you had your chance. Alright, so this topic is by me if I didn't already say that. It is, what are the skills you prioritize to increase on your creatures in Ark Survival Evolved? Now for the last one, of course, it was about the character, but of course, like I said, this time it's about your creatures, your tames. So for me personally, since I mainly just use the turtles, I just stick with the melee damage on them because they already have plenty of health to be able to tank hits, and of course their carry weight is good enough as well because I don't carry a huge amount of stuff. I just mainly use them for either carrying a bunch of berries so I can feed them, and drops I get from like the kills, like the hide and all that, and materials sometimes. So like whenever I need to make something decently quick, I'll have it on my turtles. And yeah, it's pretty much just melee damage for the turtles. But when it comes to the pterodactyl, I make sure to only increase the stamina, because even though damage is always nice, you need the stamina to be able to fly and everything, because the stamina goes down when you fly. So you gotta be careful about that, because if you don't have that much stamina, and you won't take fall damage if you slowly fall to the ground with the pterodactyl when it runs out of stamina, but it's kind of scary because if you're flying over a place that it could be dangerous to land, you'll have no choice. You'll either fall and take fall damage and probably die anyways, or your pterodactyl's gonna die, or both. So you gotta be really careful about that, and be smart, always looking at that stamina for your mount, whether it's a pterodactyl or not. And there's other flying tames as well, but pterodactyl is probably the easiest to come across in the beginning, depending on where you are, and just in general, because the pterodactyl is like pretty much the beginner's flying mount. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, mainly I increase the stamina, like I said, on my pterodactyl. So yeah. So, and I usually only have one of those because I only require one to fly on, and yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the skills I prioritize to have in my good old tames creatures. So yeah. So alright, so that's pretty much that topic, so yeah. So anyway, continuing what I was talking about the last episode, I was talking about what I did the day before yesterday, my progress in Pokemon Soul Silver, so I'll just continue to talk about it. So I left off on, I was saying, because I faced Jasmine and defeated her, of course, she had a level 35, that was her Steelix, so I had to grind all my main team to level 42. And I stay at this high level for a while because actually, once you get to Mahogany Town, yeah, a lot of the levels, well, besides the shiny red Gyarados, that it's always a shiny Gyarados. It's not like, I'm not saying that, oh, I found a shiny and didn't record it. No, it's part of the story. So yeah. So yeah, so I just killed that thing, and then got the red scale, and if you didn't know what to do with the red scale, I know you can probably look it up, but if you didn't know, you can give it to Mr. Pokemon, and he will offer you an experience share, and that's pretty cool because if you're not gonna have like a lucky egg on the Pokemon, you might as well have something to make it easy to gain experience. But I'm pretty sure if you can't like find the lucky egg in that game just by like finding it in a Pokeball item or something like that, I'm pretty sure you can catch Chansey somewhere in the game. So it is very possible to get a lucky egg. That's why I put it on my document. But I don't exactly know. I'll just have to look it up whenever I finally want to do like the training for real, like pretty much on my capture helpers when I capture them, and my main team of course. But yeah, so anyway, so now for, I think that's pretty, yeah, that's what I left off, and that's how I continued yesterday. So oh wait, no, that's right. So when you defeat Jasmine, the one who's the owner of the, not the Friend Safari, the Safari Zone, he actually calls you and lets you get through the path to get to the Safari Zone, because before it was blocked off by construction men. But after you beat the gym and you come out of the instant you walk out of the gym, he'll call you and say it's all done. So I actually, after I found out the whole solution to the bug catching thing, I just saved and then and got the Sunstone and sold it because I didn't really care to have it right now. And anyway, then I explored onto the path for as much as I can for the path to the Safari Zone. And it was interesting, but because I don't think I ever explored the Safari Zone of that game, ever. Like, I always just thought it was like, oh, okay, whatever, I didn't really need to go to it. But it's interesting because I've seen this in a recent shiny hunting video that I watched someone get like a shiny in. They're talking about the not the Friend Safari, I'm so used to saying Friend Safari, the Safari Zone. But anyway, yeah, they were talking about how there's a certain area, and it would look so weird. I was like, that must be hacked. There's no way that there's like a bunch of rocks in their specific grass spot. But apparently, I don't know if you can get into deep customization normally legit in the game, but there's a cool feature to where you can customize the areas of the Safari Zone after you complete the his name is Warden Baoba. That's the guy who like calls you, and he's like the original owner of that. But yeah, once you do his missions, which aren't that hard at all. The first one I'm pretty sure is always you catch a Geodude in the Friend Safari. Not the Friend Safari, oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm so used to saying Friend Safari, dang it. Safari Zone, you catch a Geodude in the Safari Zone, and then you show it to him. You gotta like actually have it in your party. And then after a while, I think for me, I think it's how far you get into the game. I'm pretty sure that's how he calls you. For me, I'm pretty sure it's when I defeated Bryson. Not Bryson, Price. I keep mixing those up. Bryson from the Unova region, the Ice-type gym leader, and then Price, which is the Ice-type gym leader for Johto. So I was like, keep getting those mixed up. But his name is Price. He's the old man. But yeah. So anyway, yeah. When you also defeat him, when you come out, the whole Team Rocket thing triggers to where you got to go to Goldenrod City and like pretty much officially stop Team Rocket, the main Team Rocket comeback in the game. So yeah, there's the occasional that one guy that still thinks Team Rocket is active, but he was like, yeah, okay, so I might as well say it since I'm telling you about the game anyway. So pretty much when you get to Kanto and all that, the way you get to Misty's gym and actually able to fight her, you need to help out the guy at the power plant to solve the power plant problem, because a Team Rocket grunt stole the part and hid it into Misty's gym, but you gotta like fight him on the bridge and all that, and yeah. So anyway, so that's the reason why I'm saying there's still one left. It's just that guy who's a silly guy who thinks Team Rocket is still active. But he's pretty cool because he plays a part in quite a few of the games with his certain accents. He says like "bye bye a go go" when he like wants to say bye, or just wants to like get away from you to run. But yeah, it's funny because you'll be able to see if you played most of the games past Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Actually, when you first see him, it's also in Pokemon Crystal, Gold, and Silver, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so yeah. So pretty much let's see. Oh, there's still another. I guess there still is another mission for Warden Baoba. He says there's one more, or I think there's more missions that you can just do in general. Just for that, I guess it's just a side quest thing. I don't know if it ever gets completed or it's just whenever he calls you, if you do this certain thing, he'll give you something. I don't know. Because he hasn't really even given me anything yet, only the ability to move around the Safari Zone, like customize it to change it for different areas. But yeah, I don't think he's actually given me anything that I could sell or anything, or actually would keep. So for now, it's just he's saying he's giving me things, but it's not that useful unless for some time y'all want to see me just really play the risky luck and hunt for a shiny in the Safari Zone. Because if you didn't know, the Safari Zone, you cannot use your Pokemon. You actually have to use the pretty much the luck game. You can either choose to throw a Pokeball, Safari Ball, I mean, or you can just throw bait to have the Pokemon have a less chance of running, or a rock to have it weaker, to have a better chance to have them be caught, but there's a more of a chance to be run away. So for me, I think it's just best to spam the Safari Balls. I think that's the best solution when it just comes to something you really want, because they're just pretty much neutral when you do that. Sometimes you'll get really unlucky and they'll run on the first turn, but if you can somehow get super lucky and catch them, then hey, it worked out. But yeah, it's risky because a lot of people do that just for the really crazy running the risk luck, and I am just not going to do that personally unless, like I said, you all want to see me do that like on a stream or something. But I'm not doing that crap personally. I honestly can't stand when I don't have a lot of control over the situation when it comes to shiny hunting and just in general. So yeah, don't expect me to do that just normally on my own. Yeah, so anyway, moving past the Safari Zone, I guess, yeah, I made sure to be able to collect strength once you go to the right of Ecruteak City. That's on the way to Mahogany Town, of course. And I explored all the places I can use strength, which was really only the way to the Unknown Ruins, inside the Union Cave, I'm pretty sure it's called. And then also the Slowpoke Well in Azalea Town, and then the Burned Tower in Ecruteak City. I think those are the only places that you can use strength that you saw like early on in the game. So yeah, I pretty much got that all done, and then when I was on the way to exploring the route to going to Mahogany City, no, it's Mahogany Town. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Mahogany Town. But yeah, I saw Suicune on the route. You can, when you cut the tree and you go in there, that's how you trigger Suicune to move. Now, if I can leave Suicune there and be able to continue playing on through the store normally, I will, because I don't want to accidentally, whenever I finally do see Suicune and Usween on the windmill route in Kanto, I don't want to get that triggered to like me have to fight Suicune there. So anyways, this will be the last one we'll check for the episode. So pretty much, long story short, I got through all the stuff I could do in Mahogany Town, explored War Islands, and now I'm currently on the Team Rocket Goldenrod City thing. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all caught up. Glad I caught you up. So anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, if you'd be so kind to support me by donating to my Patreon, as long as you're not putting yourself in a bad spot, of course, by doing so. But if you want to, feel free. The link is in the description down below, and I'll be seeing y'all later. I've been your host, PauLInstaMyooin, and goodbye.